It's going worldwide. Dirty water.
I love that dirty water TV.
Love that dirty water TV.
I love that dirty water.
I love that dirty water TV. I really do.
The best.
Welcome to this special edition of Dirty Water TV from Boston's Red Carpet. Welcome to Boston's Red Carpet. I'm Tanya Mesrick, and I'm thrilled to take you inside the 16th annual Party in the Park under this exquisite tent in Franklin Park. This event supports the beauty, history, and tradition that makes the city of Boston a spectacular place to live, work, and visit. Today, Boston's most philanthropic and fashionable ladies and gents come decked out wearing a wide array of magnificent hats, all to benefit the Emerald Necklace Conservancy. Let's go inside the 16th annual Party in the Park.
The Emerald Necklace is such a gift to this city, and it's so wonderful to remind people here today of the 1,100 acres of parkland and all of the wonderful things that the park supports and the education and the advocacy that this organization does.
I'm really proud of the way the Emerald Necklace Conservancy has continued to evolve with the way people use parks today. The recent Fog X Flow exhibition is a really good example. It's a really good example of art in the landscape, and we showcase the work of Fujiko Nakaya, and it drew a much broader audience to the Emerald Necklace Parks, and I think gained us a few new fans.
What success story do you want to share with us that PIP has had for the parks in Boston?
I think creating awareness of how much money it takes to maintain an urban park. Lots of people look at grasslands and beautiful areas of the city and think, well, it's just mowing the lawn. But actually feeding the trees, pruning the trees, maintaining the gardens is so costly, and the city coffers are low. And this event has done a tremendous amount.
We're so lucky in Boston to have this wonderful green space, and especially with the long winters that Mother Nature brings us, it just makes you that much more appreciative.
I am so impressed with what Boston has to offer in terms of their park system that I can't wait to get out there and see it for myself and learn all of the wonderfully innovative things you guys are doing.
As you can imagine, the attire at today's event is impressive, and there's no denying that the hats are the focus of attention. Let's go check out some of the best dressed guests on the green carpet.
I've been dying to get a needle and thread dress, and I figured flowers, Party in the Park, perfect.
I'm wearing ASOS and Jimmy Choo and Jimmy Guzman.
Jimmy's so talented. All the Jimmys. You got all the
Jimmys, all the Jimmys.
You look stunning today. Who makes your hat?
I made my hat. I designed it.
Can you make mine next year?
Absolutely. You can come to my office and I can take an impression of your head and I can make your hat.
Zoe, you look pretty in pink. What was your inspiration for your outfit?
You know, Party in the Park, it's been such a cold winter here, and I thought, wow, we need a little bit of fun in the gray, so bright pink as much as you can make it.
I love this little bonnet. Tell me about it.
I made it yesterday while the kids were at school. This is just a hat I, just had laying around, and I just stuck some flowers on it.
Emma, what was your inspiration for your fascinating?
I think just like the butterflies for spring, so yeah.
Sabra, who are you wearing? This is fabulous.
Thank you. It's Carolina Herrera, and the jewelry is by Tiffany's.
And hatless today.
What was I going to put with this?
Robert, you're bringing the British style to Boston.
Thank you so much. I thought I'd bring a little bit of British style to this event, but it's wonderful to be here. Thank you so much.
Jessica, who did your makeup?
Nelsie, the one and only.
And your hat and dress?
It's Marie Galvin, my hat, and my dress is Daniela Corte.
And I like this little pop of yellow.
Yes. Spring, fun. They're Jimmy Choo, and they match my hat perfectly.
Dawn, what is on your head?
I am wearing a fried egg.
It's a designer from Tel Aviv. His name is Mayor Zabar, and he brings whimsy to everything, and I like to bring whimsy to things as well.
Oh, you look smashing. You brought the sun.
And I brought the rosé.
So how did Whispering Angel get involved in this beautiful event, Party in the Park?
Well, actually, I was contacted by the committee, and they said, we need Whispering Angel
at this party? And I said, yes, of course.
What is it about Whispering Angel that makes it so special?
Well, I think we're in Provence, and we make this style of rosé which is very light and pale. So let me pull out my rosé barometer. Voila.
Voila.
This is a rosé barometer, and we're trying to make this rosé which is very light like this versus the dark side. So what I say is, if it looks sort of pinky like Kool-Aid, don't drink it. It's all about light and pale, dry and not sweet.
Coming up next, I'll introduce you to two modern brands that are making Boston more stylish this summer. That's when Boston's red carpet returns. Welcome back. Italian luxury women's wear brand Giada just opened its new flagship boutique and the first North American location at the Heritage on the Garden. We attended the recent grand opening hosted by Vogue magazine and Ashley Vernon to celebrate this new gem.
Our vision was to establish a world-class shopping venue in the city that really rivaled Newbury Street. And in the day, there was nothing here. And so there was a McDonald's in this location. But once we got Hermes, the rest followed. And it really has been terrific. And Giada is just an extension of that.
With its sophisticated simplicity, the Giada silhouette embodies elegant refinement that conveys a feeling of harmony and sensuality via pure cuts, precious materials, and a distinctive color palette. Giada stands for timeless, painstakingly edited designs in a progressive mix of subtle neutrals. Tell me a little bit about the color palette.
The color is really sophisticated and also understated as a Giada taste and sensibility. It's about the cream, apricot, beige, and the different shades of gray.
I really see this fitting in with the Boston woman beautifully. And the Boston woman also appreciates construction. Tell us about your construction process.
Giada is about architecture, architectural shape, but in a very soft way. That's why we chose very specific fabric, all made in Italy, like cashmere, wool and silk, and we did very specific manufacturing, especially the double work that usually is done for coats. And we did also for a very light fabric like silk.
Ivan, how do you see Giada influencing the American market?
Well, I think it's an amazing brand, and it's about luxury and about a really important customer that understands fashion and understands the heritage. And I think Americans really appreciate heritage and they appreciate quality, and that's two things Giada has.
And what's your favorite piece in the collection thus far?
Oh, there is a black suit over there that I am adoring. It's structured, it's sophisticated sexy is what I would like to call it.
The grand opening of Giada at the Heritage on the Garden reflects the Boston sophisticated woman, the exact woman that attends the party in the park. From Italian luxury women's wear to looking chic at summer concerts, let me introduce you to the Flie. Always seen and never hidden. Stylish and stadium approved, the Flie's handbags make the perfect concert staple. The brainchild of Laura Baldini was inspired by her own personal experience with the clear bag policy. Featured in the Boston Globe's 2018 Most Stylish Bostonians, today we sat down with Baldini to learn more about her Flie bags and how to style them for all occasions. Laura, how did you come up with the idea for this line?
I went to a concert at Gillette Stadium, and I don't usually frequent there, and I had no idea you can bring a purse unless it was clear.
And it's called the Flie? Tell me about that name.
I had a thing for dragonflies, so I feel like they're lucky, and hopefully this bag line will be too.
Let's get right into your samples. I want to hear about the production process.
It's interesting. So we started with the idea of doing 3 bags, and they've all got to be 12 by 6 by 12 maximum.
And we see the beautiful logo, the dragonfly.
Yep, and then on this one, you can tell that it's engraved on the rose gold. But as we progressed a little bit, the tote has them lasered on instead.
Oh, I see. Okay. All these little fine details.
Exactly.
So if we were going to style this bag, what would you wear to a stadium game or game day? And, what kind of outfit would you put with this?
Probably something for a game, something casual, white jeans, some cute shirt, and my little tote.
And then let's get to this one. I love this stuff.
I love this one too. So this is the clutch, or you can do a crossbody also.
How would you style this? This looks like a date night kind of bag.
I would wear a cute little dress or jeans and a top and throw it right over my shoulder.
So Laura, what do we put in our daytime bag? We know how to style it. What do we put? What's in our daytime bag?
Definitely sunglasses, right? My phone, probably a little bit of sunscreen, some lip gloss, my keys, and a wallet.
And that's it. And then for our clutch, for our date night, our nighttime concerts, we know how to style these. What are we putting inside of these bags?
We probably won't need our sunglasses, so that's one last thing to try to squeeze in here. A little pouch with some lipsticks and Visine, just in case, and maybe a pressed powder, my phone, and a small wallet.
Up next, we'll head over to the Four Seasons Hotel Boston for the after party. That's when Boston's red carpet from the Party in the Park returns. Welcome back to Boston's Red Carpet. I'm Tanya Mesrick from the 16th Annual Party in the Park. Almost as legendary as the event itself is the after party that gives attendees the chance to continue the celebration well into the early evening at one of Boston's most iconic locations, the Four Seasons Hotel Boston.
Just when you think they can't outdo themselves, they outdo themselves. It's amazing. Such an incredible cause. Everything about it is just so fun. And really, Boston women bring their best outfits out. It's amazing.
I've been coming to Party in the Park since the first Party in the Park, and I used to be one guy and 600 women. But this year, not the case. Lots of boys here.
Maggie, how do you feel about hosting the Party in the Park after party here?
Oh, we love it. The Bristol has been sort of the historic after party venue. We're so pleased to have it back again this year, and it's always so much fun.
Yes, and I see Paul over there with his magnum of rosé.
Oh my God, I love it. I know we have Whispering Angel in the lobby. There's a special menu in the Bristol, so it's just a really fun day, and we love it. We love Party in the Park.
Today will be literally rosé all day.
Paul, you've got your baby. We're at the Whispering Angel after party.
Yes, the party continues.
In addition to Whispering Angel, the Palm Rosé is one of your newest additions. Tell us a little bit about that and who's drawn to this Palm Rosé?
We created the Palm Rosé last season, and essentially it was for the Generation Z. So this new generation, to teach them what true rosé from Provence is. So it's a little bit more approachable and accessible than Whispering Angel. Very colorful label with a screw cap, but it's a perfect tool to educate this new generation.
What do you think about the idea of rosé for a summer wine only? I feel like we're starting to sip rosé at any time of year.
Yes, it's slowly changing. My new tagline is Rosé 365. If you think about it, you drink white wine in the winter, yes. You drink champagne in the winter, yes. So what is the difference? Why can't you drink rosé in the winter? It's just very refreshing.
And you need something refreshing after lifting this heavy magnum. How heavy is that?
Well, it's actually a little bigger than a Magnum.
Oh, it's bigger.
Yes. This is a 6-liter. It's called a Methuselah. This is actually 8 bottles of Whispering Angel. And we're going to open this now with all the ladies and drink this 8-liter bottle.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Again, happy to be here. Rendezvous 2020, Party in the Park.
Absolutely. The Four Seasons hosts the after party for the Party in the Park, as well as some spectacular residences. We're going to meet up with Stacy Alcorn and learn how to stage your apartment and get it ready for the spring and summer markets. I'm really thrilled to learn about why and how we stage apartments. Why do people need to stage their apartments when deciding to show them?
So what we tell people is Because you live in the property and you see it every day, sometimes you just don't see what a new outsider coming in would see in the property. Also, statistically, homes that are staged get 2 to 5% more in price than a home that is not staged.
Wow, that's a large percentage.
Yes.
It's almost the same as a broker's fee, correct?
Exactly. So one of the things we say is if you want to easily avoid the broker fee by just having your home staged, you make up anything you would have paid your broker for the transaction.
What are some of the most important spaces in the unit?
So one of the big ones, of course, is the kitchen. It's a very personal space for people. So we want to make sure that our sellers make it as impersonal as possible, remove as much as possible from the kitchen. You want these counters to be sparkling clean, empty, so that the next buyer of the property can come in and picture the home the way they want it.
And now we're in the master bedroom. What are some of the important things that you can do to get an apartment ready in the master bedroom?
So one simple thing is just clean off everything, personal photos, books, any knickknacks you might have in the room. Just kind of box it up, put it into a drawer, make it clean.
And then if you don't have the budget to hire a stager or you're not ready to take that plunge, are there any other simple fixes you can do for the bedroom?
Yeah, I would say think neutral. So if you have flashy colors or lots of designs, try to remove as much as possible and replace it like an inexpensive bedspread that's white, gray, beige, something neutral, because we want the buyer of the property to think of it in terms of what they're going to do when they move into the property.
Thank you so much, Stacy. This has been so informational.
Thank you. I've enjoyed our time together.
Coming up, it's time to talk red carpet fashions from the party in the park. That's when Boston's Red Carpet returns. Thrilled to have you here, Abby Billigos, Boston Magazine style editor, and Catherine Baratek. We're going to dish about the BRC top looks from Party in the Park.
So exciting.
Ladies, we saw lots of black and white on the green carpet this year. Julie Gordon, she's on the host committee, and she was looking stunning in her large cartwheel hat.
Kate Middleton often rocks this hat.
It's such a showstopper for any event.
Yes.
And those hats were made popular in the 1910s and 1940s, and they really made a comeback. Laura Baldini is also on the committee.
I love Laura.
Me too. And she was wearing a Joshua Weber Fascinator and a dress by Jason Wu.
Her Fascinator was actually live Phalaenopsis orchids.
It was fascinating.
And fascinator actually comes from a term because in the 1600s in Europe, the ladies would fasten a little piece of lace to their heads.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Andrew Pham, he took a risk wearing all white, all Dior, and he was wearing a fedora, which was made popular in the Prohibition era in the 20s.
It seems counterintuitive, but to store a fedora, you actually fold them.
But the fedora is also, it works for both men and women, so it's classic. You can't go wrong with things like that.
And also in the black and white trend, we have Rachel Summers in a soigné hat and along with an Alexi dress.
I love the movement of the feathers that she wore with this hat. It just made everything come alive.
Totally. And I love dark hair looks really good with a brightly colored feather like that because it just really pops. And I love how she had that netting over her face, so it was like even more sexy.
Sophia Oshra was wearing an Arturo Rios hat and a Zimmerman dress in red polka dots.
A whimsical hat like this is always so fun at Party in the Park. And actually, Arturo Rios definitely knows his whimsy. He has made hats for J-Lo, Gaga, and Rihanna.
He's an LA hat designer. He knows how to combine vintage with modern creations.
And birds and nature. I mean, it's a nature event or outside. They're completely welcome.
Here we have Irina Aguirre, and she was in Marie Galvin. Marie's been designing hats for the ladies of Boston for over 20 years.
She's so great, and I think this was from her Derby collection.
With a headpiece like this, though, I'm wondering how many pins did she physically need to hold her hair together, because you need so many.
Totally. You have to like do the tease, the back combs, spray it into place.
And a little bit of dirty hair, a little day-old hair actually holds the fascinators in better.
I mean, yeah.
And Jonathan Soroff falls under our floral category. He was wearing a fedora by John Sonnen Privé.
And he did this really fun
DIY thing where he glued baby's breath all around the rim of it. It was very 80s.
He's amazing. He is like the ducky in Pretty in Pink, except he's Pretty in Pink in his monochrome blue suit. He just does it right.
Jessica Slater is always on trend. She had a beautiful yellow Fascinator by Marie Galvin, and yellow was the hot color at the Kentucky Derby this year.
And she did it right. She knew to wear it on the right side, which is etiquette. I believe that comes from the royal family.
And Ashley is wearing her own design. She's from Soigné, which means to dress very elegantly.
I loved this piece. She actually uses her own vintage findings to create these like really oversized, sexy hats.
She's an NFL cheerleader. She knows what's going to make the cameras pop.
And so the winner of the BRC top look was Jessica Slater.
Of course!
She nailed it with that yellow hat. The yellow is the color of the season for the Kentucky Derby and I guess for PIP.
Yeah. But she brought it in. She brought the fun with the hat and the shoes. But we did have that classic look.
I know.
too.
We also
Yes.
love Julie Gordon.
Yes.
Julie Gordon was an honorable mention.
But you can't go wrong with anybody.
No, it's so
Truly,
true.
I mean, this event raised so much money for such a wonderful cause, and everybody wore their best.
It's always so fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's super full of ladies' fashion in Boston.
So true.
Cheers. Another episode of BRC has come to a close. Thank you, Catherine. And thank you, Abby.
Thank you.
And we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, the Heritage on the Garden, the Four Seasons Hotel Boston, the Flie, and our media sponsor, Boston Magazine. I'm Tanya Mesrick, and we'll see you next time on Boston's Red Carpet.